The Urantia book. In paper 101, The Real Nature of Religion, truth is made accessible to the wisdom-endowed individual by the bestowal on such a mind of the spirits of the Father and the Sons, the thought adjuster, and the spirit of truth. So, Michael of Nebadon, the ruler, creator, maker of this local universe, bestowed himself on this planet as Jesus of Nazareth, and he left the spirit of truth at Pentecost, like the Bible talks about. Truth is made accessible to the wisdom-endowed individuals by the bestowal on such a mind of the spirits of the Father and myself as a magisterial avonal son. When I leave a world after a bestowal mission, I also leave my or the spirit of truth. But on this planet, the spirit of truth is left by Jesus of Nazareth, Michael of Nebadon. Of course, it's a present spiritual influence on truth for every given human evolutionary will being on Earth. Me, you, any human evolutionary will person on this Earth. The thought adjuster is another topic, but it's the spirit of the first person of the Trinity to every normal-minded human being on Earth, an individual spirit just for them. Whereas the spirit of truth is a general spirit poured out upon all flesh. The thought adjuster is an individual spirit put in the mind of each normal-minded human being on Earth, straight from the universal Father. That's the name given to the first person of the Trinity in the Urantia book. So after my life and bestowal, well, first came Jesus of Nazareth's life and bestowal as a creator son, as a Michael son. That's the first order of the Paradise Sons that they talk about in general. I'm a magisterial avonal son on a bestowal mission currently, meaning a man born of woman, or a baby born of woman, grown to a man. And after my life in the flesh, I will also have something to do with the spirit of truth that was here by Michael of Nebadon. The spirit of truth left here by Michael of Nebadon will not change, but I will have something to do with it as a bestowal son myself, as a magisterial avonal son on this sphere currently. Whoa, here's a long sentence. My gosh. Me. Revelation teaches mortal man that to start such a magnificent and intriguing adventure through space by means of the progression of time, he should begin by the organization of knowledge into idea decisions. Next, mandate wisdom to labor unremittingly at its noble task of transforming self-possessed ideas into increasingly practical but nonetheless supernal ideas, even those concepts which are so reasonable as ideas and so logical as ideals that the adjuster dares so to combine and spiritize them as to render them available for such association in the finite mind as will constitute them the actual human complement, thus made ready for the action of the truth spirit of the sons, such as myself, the time-space manifestations of paradise truth - universal truth. That was one sentence, a perfectly grammatical sentence, not a run-on sentence, an excellent sentence. And all the ideas in that sentence are excellent. Really, really good sentences in this book. In this book, really good sentences. And paragraphs and information. And that's an example of an extremely long sentence that's perfectly done in terms of grammatical perfection and great information in that sentence. So that's typical for the Urantia book. The adjuster dares so to combine and spiritize something that has to render them available for such association in the finite mind as will constitute them the actual human complement, thus made ready for the action of the truth spirit of myself. Which is the time-space manifestation of paradise truth, universal truth. So there's in potential 10 million inhabitable worlds in every local universe. 7 trillion inhabitable planets similar to Urantia with human evolutionary will beings, will creatures on them. In the entire first outer, well, I would call this the first outer space level. This is called in the Urantia book the grand universe, but it's the first outer space level outside of Paradise Avona. And so in this universe of 10 million inhabitable worlds, I, as a magisterial avonal son, I have in the past, before my life currently, I have in the past, I will in the future, live a bestowal life on human evolutionary worlds in terms of what a bestowal mission is for a magisterial avonal son, such as myself. It's described in the Urantia book. In terms of what we do, or how we do it, what we go about to accomplish. And so I could do a bestowal, would have done bestowal, and will do more bestowals on human evolutionary worlds in Nebadon, amongst the 10 million potential, eventually, human evolutionary will-being planets in Nebadon, the universe of Nebadon. I'm assigned to Nebadon, and currently in the system of Satania. These are names and terms in the Urantia book. There's a line